Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back on another video from Totally Not Mark. I've really been enjoying these GT review videos, and this is the final part with Shadow Dragons. I remember this being a very confusing and conflicting season with really awesome and epic moments and fights and stuff, and really poo moments thrown in. Like, the Shadow Dragons had some really cool character designs and some really rubbish character designs and some really loose links in with why they are summoned and stuff. Omega Shenron was cool. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Was it Gogeta? Was awesome. And then this random stuff happened. This was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it was okay. Like the Baby Saga was okay. Let's get into this.
We're finally here.
Alright.
I bet you all thought I'd never get this far, that I wouldn't be about to deliver my review for the final
Omega
Saga of
Shenron.
Dragon Ball GT. And to be perfectly honest, neither did I.
Ooh.
Having not seen the show since it was first released in the West, over the decades my distaste for the product soured dramatically. And while the show most definitely hasn't been great or even good for the most part, I gotta be honest, it hasn't been all bad either. In fact,
it's got
a large,
moments.
albeit specific chunk of the story has been decent to pretty good despite the issues I pointed out here and there. In saying that, however, most of it has been as bad as I remembered, but I will bite my tongue until we get through this.
Let's get to
In
the
today's
end.
episode, we'll be diving into reviewing and discussing the ups, the downs, and the nostalgia of Dragon Ball GT's final saga.
There are some
It includes
nostalgia.
17 episodes of the entire series, the Shadow Dragons saga.
Save. Bigger green.
Okay, so to provide some catch-up and context, in the last episode, Goku managed to defeat
Super Android 17.
and in an attempt to return the Earth back to normal, gathered the Dragon Balls to make a wish. However, something isn't quite right. All the way through the last
They're
arc
all
or so,
cracked.
the Dragon Balls have been seen with cracks appearing and chippings covering
Oh,
their
no.
flawless exterior. And when finally gathered during the final episode of the last arc, something unusual begins to emerge from the balls.
Oh,
Some
no.
evil key and a sinister-looking dragon. Again, not a
Light
bad
a
setup at all.
cigar.
The premise is interesting, and it links the prior arc with this one very, very well. Bringing us to Episode 1.
Okay.
The episode opens and Shenron is looking a little worse for wear. He announces that he won't be the lapdog to anyone anymore. And King Kai begins explaining that the Dragon Balls have become tainted by negative energy from overuse.
the wishes,
At this point, I'm sure King Kai is only being used for exposition and literally nothing more. Shenron then absorbs the Dragon Balls and flies off in different directions as 7 separate dragons. Because the Dragon Balls have been overused, those monsters were born and released from within them.
From the
Developing
wishes
the Dragon
they
Radar
made.
and using the balls flippantly over the last 30 years, they have abused their powers and created disorder within nature. Now the Earth and the universe are in peril, and that's pretty much
It's an
the
interesting
gist of things
concept.
the story is going for.
It's cool.
Goku assumes responsibility and journeys to fix the issue. In his commute to doing so, disasters begin occurring all over the world. Volcanoes, avalanches, lightning storms, twisters, cities being destroyed, that sort of thing. Each disaster having its own dragon behind it. And as Goku is searching for the dragons, he realizes that he has no idea where he's going. And that's when Pan appears from behind him with Gil.
Yeah, of course.
Functional Dragon Radar.
Gil!
Although I am less than happy with the tenuous reason Pan is being allowed to tag along, together they happen upon a small area covered in what looks like sludge.
Yes.
Gil begins alerting them that a dragon is nearby, and that's when they have their very first encounter. The setup for this has honestly been great, with plenty of tension building up to
Lame
this reveal.
design, though.
And episode 2. So it turns out that this dragon is super weak, and Pan
Yeah.
begins to take this as an opportunity to show Goku what she's really made of, dismantling the Toad-like dragon with relative ease. This dragon totally took the wind out of my sails and the tension out of
Like,
this
why do
entire
that?
arc.
Why do
And
that?
here's a small spoiler, it doesn't get much better than this for a while.
Yeah.
This, to me at least, wasn't the dragon to start off this search with, but whatever.
No,
As the
it
fight
shouldn't have been.
continues, he gains more and more strength, eventually overpowering Pan. It turns out that there's something up with this dragon. Apparently, he emits negative energy, causing whoever is nearby to have its energy sucked from it. And so, while he isn't getting any stronger, Pan and Goku are most certainly getting weaker and weaker the more they hang around him. Additionally, according to this dragon, he was born from a specific wish made to return Upa's father to life. Meaning each dragon was created by a specific wish in the past, which is honestly
cool.
a really nice touch, I think.
I like that,
Once he
it's cool.
finishes explaining this, the two of them are drained of energy, and he hits them with a blast and dumps them into a poisonous lake. And right at the last second, Gil comes out of nowhere to make the save. What a legend. But the attack was ineffective, leaving Gil to get smacked into the water before
Gil,
Pan and Goku
no.
are thrown in. But once again, Gil saved the day.
Yo.
dragging both Pan and Goku into an unpolluted part of the lake.
I
Using
love it.
this moment of respite, a fully charged Goku and Pan take out the dragon, retrieving a fully restored orange Dragon Ball. Episode 3. Goku and Pan are in search of another Dragon Ball when they arrive in this town, eventually coming across some sort of slime which apparently has sucked up all the electricity. This has driven out the townsfolk, and that's the premise of this episode. A small dragon then reveals himself to be the culprit and covers the two Saiyans.
So lame, the design's lame.
To the dragon's surprise, Goku and Pan get up relatively unharmed. In response to this, he begins gathering all of his slime, growing in size. In response to that, Goku goes Super Saiyan 4,
Straight
but
away.
still fails to stop him. The electric slime
No.
dragon gets yet stronger again by sucking the energy from the power lines, growing bigger and taking a hold of Goku and Pan. He literally defeats both of them, and right as he's about to deal the decisive blow, by pure chance, it starts to rain, resulting in him sort of short-circuiting and eventually losing his life. What an awful fight.
So dumb.
What an awful
So
ending.
dumb.
But at least they got the 5-star ball, and more
Yay.
importantly, this episode is over. Next. In this episode, we deal with yet another dragon. While closing in on another ball, the gang stumbles upon a village as it starts raining fish. The
Yes.
town worships this princess figure as she delivers fish to them, or something. Some kid has a bad relationship with his father, and it's very sad and totally worth focusing on because I care deeply about it. Where the hell is the plot?
Yeah, what's going on?
Here it is. Gil begins detecting the Dragon Ball coming towards them from across the bay. It is a girl, and I guess that explains the whole princess thing. Apparently, this dragon was created using the Panties wish in the very first arc of Dragon
Oh,
Ball,
wow.
much to her embarrassment, and so she attacks. For whatever reason, none of their attacks seem to touch her. However, it turns out that that is just a barrier she puts up, as she is in fact a monster with a grotesque outer exterior. Goku begins spinning around, turning into the genie from Aladdin. I wish I was
It's
joking, and starts the
terrible.
battle once again, finding great success. But this is short-lived, and soon after is sent flying into a wall. But thanks to a seagull, yes, I'm serious, Goku and Pan find the opening they needed to wrap up this episode's Dragon Ball. Thanks, I hate it. Next.
It's terrible.
In this episode, they
It's
face off
terrible.
against a ground dragon, one that digs.
Terrible
In case that
again.
wasn't clear. Okay, so this was getting to be a tired formula 2 episodes ago, but now it's honestly putting
It's
me to sleep.
awful.
The dragon they're pursuing doesn't even want to fight, so they spend the
He just keeps
entire
running away.
half of this episode just chasing him. However, it becomes clear that they need to stop him when he reaches a nearby town. Goku goes Super Saiyan 4 to save some civilians, and because Goku stopped the earthquake's destruction, which the mole dragon caused, they begin fighting. Apparently, he was born from the wish made at the World Martial Arts Tournament, rectifying what Vegeta did. The fight finishes like you all
That's
know,
the
where
interesting
Goku
point,
fights
but, like,
for a
make
while,
it-
makes a mistake and then loses. One thing that's different this time, however, is that the Dragon Ball starts to absorb Pan. So that's interesting. The dragon reemerges looking more intimidating, having absorbed the young Saiyan. Episode 6. So apparently he had been using this mole as a host before, and now he would be using Pan as the host, resulting in a more powerful dragon, I guess. Goku right now needs to defeat him without destroying Pan.
Yeah,
in the
this-
process,
I remember-
which honestly
I
complicates
remember
things
this,
at the
it's so
very least.
dumb.
The dragon knows that Goku won't fight back to prevent Pan, and so he begins destroying
Just
the
doing
city.
anything
Goku
he
tries
won't
to throw
fight
him
back.
while turning Super Saiyan, knocking him around. However, he soon catches on that Goku has been holding back intentionally.
It was the twin dragons that were cool.
As he continues destroying
Goku
the
had a
city,
really
Pan from
good
within the
fighting
beast
moment
begs
with him,
Goku to
with
take
the
him and
golden
her out
one.
together, and eventually he does with a
They both try and blast each other at the same time, don't they? And then,
not really.
oh, and then he just
Apparently
headbutts him.
Goku's hard
Ugh,
on the
I remember
so
that.
Blast failed to take out the monster. How strong are these
Oh, you
guys?
people saying I need to
Whatever.
watch GT
In a
again, I
moment of
remember
going
it.
cockiness, the dragon shows Pan one last time to Goku, who seizes the moment by yanking her right out. Once Pan is freed, Goku goes 100%.
I'm
and
naked
destroys the
now, what'd
dragon
you
with
do?
relative ease, retrieving the Dragon Ball, bringing the episode finally to a close. Episode 7. Almost all of these episodes begin the exact same way.
Yeah.
With Gil doing his job alerting the two of them to Dragon
There's a
Ball,
dragon on the way,
and Pan
okay.
getting annoyed, either shouting at him or attacking him for some unknown reason. Not only is this boring seeing the same joke
He's
laugh
trying to
again
help.
and again and again, but it also doesn't endear me to Pan's character, who I really want to like. But back to the episode. The city that they've arrived in is super hot, so I'm guessing that's this one's theme. And yep, it sure is.
Here we go.
The dragon reveals himself, and it's
Here
a
we
design
go.
that looks like it was taken somewhat seriously. Upon seeing the
Some
dragon,
good
Pan makes
stuff.
a mad dash to take him out, and with ease, the dragon knocks her out, but doesn't do anything further. He wants to have a regular battle with
He wants to
Goku
actually fight,
uninterrupted.
yeah.
As they fight, he reveals that he can momentarily raise his body temperature to the level of the sun, which is quite hot, I'm told.
That is
But so
quite
much
hot.
of this early fight is spent with Goku running away from this guy, which seems really out of character for him. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he's hot, but throw some key blasts
Do
at him or
something.
something. Maybe go out of base form? You have options, Goku. And eventually he does, making the last 10 minutes feel like utter filler. We then cut to Gil as he's tending to Pan when out of nowhere he's knocked to the side by some ice dragon. Finally, the plot is changing things up, which my sanity is grateful for.
Here we go.
He looks the exact same as the 4-star dragon, but blue. The fight that transpires between the 4-star dragon and Goku is honestly pretty creative, utilizing their environment to change things up. The dragon fires his attack through a lens to magnify its intensity, and Goku has the great idea to use the Taioken or solar flare through that very lens,
That's cool.
knocking him for a loop. Both fighters get up, and now it's time to take things seriously. The dragon sheds his skin to reveal a hotter exterior, and Goku goes Super Saiyan 4.
Here we go. Yeah.
Episode 8. You'd think that this episode would cover Super Saiyan 4's battle against the 4-star dragon, but it doesn't. We cut instead to Vegeta, who wants to help but feels like he can't without
and then Bulma's like, I'll try and find a way.
An entire episode flashing back through Vegeta's story. Essentially, the plot of this episode is that Bulma has found a way to make Vegeta a Super Saiyan 4 using
with the ray.
Which, on one hand, given Vegeta's story, is a nice change of pace for him. Consistently, Vegeta's fought against allowing himself to be loved and to
he would
love
never
other
just
people,
normally just
focusing
take
instead
that
on his own strength and building that up. However, now those loved ones can help him become stronger than he ever could alone. That is a nice thing.
It is
I appreciate that, but a machine granting him that ability
I don't think
feels
Vegeta would
very
take
at
that.
odds with what Dragon Ball's philosophy is, and doesn't
You
feel
earn that
earned.
power.
Now,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I'm not against helping him at all. I mean, the gravity chamber was a nice way for
Yep.
Bulma to help Vegeta to help himself, but this one just sort
He's
of
just
feels
giving
like
it him.
a free pass.
Yeah.
As episode 9 then kicks off, so too does the fight between Goku and the dragon, who seems to have Goku beat in the speed department. But through the bizarre use of a mirror, Goku gets the jump on him. However, he gives him a second chance because he let Pan go. The fight therefore is reset, when suddenly out of nowhere, the ice dragon freezes Goku's arm. He begins berating his brother for being so foolish and
But they don't
and
like
as Goku
that.
dashes
So
to Pan's side, the ice dragon freezes limb after limb of Goku until he can't move. The ice dragon then orders his brother to finish him off, but he ultimately refuses and unfreezes Goku, who now has his eyes set on taking out the cold dragon. Episode 10. Empowering up, the ice dragon freezes the entire city. To prevent Goku from taking him out, he uses Pan as a hostage,
What a
throwing the
bastard.
child at Goku, who catches his granddaughter using his back to block the oncoming attack. That's a nice bit of choreography, I think,
Yeah,
and
it's
actually
pretty
works from a
cool.
storytelling perspective too.
Yeah.
But Goku gets the upper hand, eventually outclassing the cold-hearted ice dragon, getting him down to his knees. Begging for his life, he offers the ball to Goku in exchange before trying to catch Goku once again off guard. In falling for this underhanded trick, Goku's eyes of the damage, resulting in him being blinded. Moving in for the final blow, the ice dragon dashes, only to be met with a fist through the chest by Goku. Who
It's
reveals
class.
that he does
These
not
fights
need
are
to
so
see
good.
to win. And win he most certainly does, receiving the 3-star ball. While still unable to see, Goku is handed a cure by the fire dragon, whom he has now befriended. As the two are about to go their separate ways, the 4-star dragon is shot down by a blast, revealing the final 1-star dragon, the main bad guy of this arc. In an effort to protect Goku once again, the 4-star dragon sacrifices himself. There's one dragon left, and it's the most powerful one. And they begin to fight.
Omega Shenron.
Goku is still blind here. He never managed to use the potion the other dragon gave him, and that potion has been destroyed since then. It is honestly quite entertaining, with a lot of creative action set pieces being implemented at a fair. Within the chaos of the battle, Goku manages to land his strongest move on the 1-star
For
dragon.
10 times, Kamehameha.
0 effect. Reacting to this, the dragon fires back with an attack of his own, leaving Goku hanging lifeless from a building scaffold. Episode 11. As he hangs from the building, Goku reverts back to his child form, defeated. As the 1-star dragon drops Goku from the building lifelessly to meet his doom, out of nowhere, Goten arrives to make the save with Oob, Gohan, and Trunks.
The gang's all here.
Including Videl, Chi-Chi, and even Mr. Satan. The group begins instilling their power into Goku, but they are interrupted by the 1-star dragon that is now being called Shenron. The dragon targets Gohan first, and then eyes up the rest of them, who all get saved by Goku at the last second using instant transmission, despite it being a technique he can't use effectively as a kid. Convenient? But I digress. Oob manages to distract them long enough for Goku to absorb his friends and family's powers, resulting in his superpowered Super Saiyan 4. At this point, Goku can't be touched by Shenron despite being blind. After some action that includes throwing a clock around, Goku lands a 10 times Kamehameha on Shenron, and all is right with the world again, it seems. But Shenron has survived and begins absorbing the Dragon Balls.
He eats the Dragon Balls and then
Omega
Shenron.
Episode 12. At this point, I want to make known that I hate this Shenron design with a burning passion. The battle rages on back and forth.
I don't mind
Shenron
it.
demonstrating that he can use the other dragon's techniques. At this point, our hero Goku is pretty low, but he somehow, through the power of plot, gets his space fight back and lands a massive attack on Shenron, seemingly defeating him. But again, the dragon recovers using, once again, another one of the dragon's special techniques, healing his own body. Despite me being pretty certain that's not how that particular dragon's
shouldn't be
ability works.
Okay.
Also, I have no idea why he isn't using the first dragon's technique, you know, the one that sucked the energy out of everything? I mean, he'd be winning now if he was. But whatever.
Bam.
So the back and forth continues, and Goku finally gets him restrained, looking to take him out the same way Vegeta did with Buu. But out of nowhere, Vegeta interrupts this, and using Bulma's machine, begins transforming into an Ozaru. And
Golden Great Ape,
Super
and then
Saiyan
Super Saiyan 4. Here we go.
What really impresses me about this scene is exactly something I actually criticized in Dragon Ball Super. In Dragon Ball GT, Vegeta, not Goku, Vegeta is the one that brings forth the idea of fusion, and that shows a ton of character growth.
Yeah, that's cool.
Episode 13. The two Saiyans fuse, creating Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
Oh my
and
god,
Shenron
yes.
Cannot touch
Nah,
them.
nah,
And Gogeta
too powerful.
Is toying with it in really unamusing ways.
It's so stupid, like, don't do that.
It's very old, very fast, and really
Yeah, it does, it went too far. Too long.
An episode that already lacked a lot
They
of
could have just beat him. Should have just beat
Shenron
him.
gathers all the energy he can muster into one blast, and Gogeta just kicks it away easily. And that's when, out of nowhere, suddenly the world becomes normal again. Apparently, when Gogeta kicked the ball, he converted the energy from negative to positive. Which...
That's how it works.
Gogeta then hits him with a Big Bang Kamehameha, releasing all of the Dragon Balls. But for some reason, this guy still refuses to kick the bucket.
He's like, I'm not dead, and then
Fusion
defuse.
ends,
Oh no.
Despite it being only 10 minutes, and the fusion expires because of power or something. Where have I seen that before? Episode 14. Okay, so Shenron won't let them fuse again, and Goku eats the 4-star ball because... obviously. For a little while, there's a bit of a cat-and-mouse game going on here. Goku and Vegeta want to fuse, but Shenron isn't giving them the chance to.
Of course.
Why doesn't Goku just teleport somewhere safe with Vegeta to do it there? I don't know. Anyway, after 20 minutes of being thrown through buildings, they decide to use their after-image technique and once again become Gogeta. But no, it didn't work because Goku was low of energy. They tried once again, leading to Goku reverting back to base.
Stop it, guys.
Completely zapped of energy. Episode 15. Now with Goku as a kid and Vegeta in Super Saiyan 4, they need to figure out how to salvage this situation. And that's when they notice Goku has the 4-star ball on his forehead. The 4-star dragon then comes out of the ball and hits an oncoming blast away. The 4-star dragon claims to have been infected by Shenron when he absorbed him earlier, and now fights Vegeta, whom he easily overpowers and is now down for the count. And after knocking Goku to the curb, it seems chances are grim. But when Vegeta rises to his feet, he comments that the 4-star dragon had been pulling his punches. That's when we notice that Shenron's guard is now down, leaving the perfect opportunity for the 4-star dragon to dash in behind him and restrain him. The 4-star dragon begins to glow, locking him inside some sort of heat ball. I don't know, what would you call it? Fireball. Yeah, that's probably better. He self-destructs this fire heat ball, exploding the two of them, scarring the landscape beneath. The 4-star dragon lands to the floor, seemingly victorious. And that's when Shenron emerges from his carcass like a spiky...
I remember that. It was just like, no, that's so mad.
Pause for a second. I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Bonkers. So Shenron put himself inside the body of the 4-star dragon.
Yes, of course.
And then he burst out again, but he also exploded.
Yes. It makes no sense.
That's when Vegeta drops back to base form too.
Oh no, it's all doom and gloom now.
Bulma, who points out that the machine has been destroyed.
No, we do.
Waves to, power him up again. But little does she know that she can pull another one out of her butt super easy because she did that during the Baby Saga.
Yeah.
Episode 16. There's really no tension for me at this point. Goku and Vegeta struggle against
it's so
Shenron,
dumb.
who has now sidelined Vegeta and sent a blast towards the Earth. Goku now stands holding back the blast in his base kid form, reaffirming to me that I had no idea how strong anyone in this show actually
There's
is.
no scaling
Goku
whatsoever.
How deflect the blast, and at this
The
point,
Earth has a
I
nipple.
can't help but fret that characters like Goten, Trunks, and Pan have little to nothing to contribute to this final fight, barely getting any shine in the story at all, never mind from a dialogue perspective. Vegeta goes on to lament over his planet being destroyed by Frieza, and now this planet is about to follow the same path,
Oh no.
ordering everyone to hop onto a spaceship with Bulma
If only you had something to do with the whole
That is
story
main
in the first
priority.
place, it would mean
It's
something.
a pretty strong moment for Vegeta. charging headfirst into battle while ordering his children and Goku's children to someday avenge them. It's a really cool scenario, and to be perfectly honest, it would have been a pretty cool premise for a story too, but perhaps a little too dark for Dragon Ball. While Vegeta holds him off, Trunks and the rest of the kids decide to help anyway, which is a dumb decision and makes all of their lives useless now. Together they attack to no effect, and that's when Goku rises from the rubble with a spirit bomb.
Of course.
The first one of the series too, and this is a pretty cool visual. Possibly my favorite looking spirit bomb in the entire series.
Kid Goku do that is cool.
So how about that? Goku uses Kinkai to communicate to the universe and gathers energy from throughout. He throws the bomb and the fight is over. Goku
Yay!
lies lifeless on the floor, and the Dragon Balls release the original Green Dragon Shenron by themselves. Ended the episode. Which brings us to Dragon Ball GT's final ever episode. Man, it's a doozy.
Yeah.
Like the other episodes, let's go through it slowly to figure out how it works. The episode opens as Shenron, unprovoked, heals Goku of his injuries and awakens him. Shenron begins explaining that due to their over-reliance on the balls, the Earth and the integrity of the Dragon Balls themselves
just have to go.
have been compromised on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
And so announces that he will be leaving. Goku quickly interjects and requests that the Earthlings that have fallen be brought back to life. Not that the Earth itself be fully restored to the way it was,
But
just
the
to bring
people.
back the Earthlings to life. Explaining that they can all work together to restore the Earth themselves, which honestly, for me, was a really nice touch.
It's nice.
Shenron agrees and the Earthlings are brought back. The group share a smile and celebrate the successful wish, but that is almost immediately brought to an abrupt stop as Shenron asks Goku
To go with
along
him.
with him.
Yeah.
Goku seems to know where he's going and says that he'll see everyone later. And as Goku flies off on the back of Shenron, he asks if he can stop at a few places before they leave for good. The first stop is Master Roshi's home, where
that's
he is
nice.
reacquainted with the Hermit, Turtle, and his longtime pal, Krillin. They shoot the breeze and reminisce over their old training days when Krillin says this.
It's almost like how I only got older.
Goku can see the hurt in Krillin when he says this, and with an unblinking smile, he asks if Krillin would like to spar for old time's sake, allowing Krillin to land.
These are
one
nice
last
moments,
punch,
man.
building up his
Like,
confidence
GT
before
did
leaving.
it kind of right
A
here.
nice parting gift to his one-time rival and long-time best friend. The next and final stop Goku wanted to make was to see
Piccolo.
Piccolo, whom at this time is residing in Hell. It seems he's content working as effectively their security guard while there, which honestly is nice.
That's
Goku
cool.
appears before him requesting to shake his hand, saying these parting words.
I'm in trouble and I'm sorry I couldn't tell you about Piccolo. I'll never forget you as long as I live, damn.
Piccolo, confused and distressed over what's been said, turns to find that Goku is once again
Gone.
At this point, the episode switches back to the gang on Earth following Goku's departure. They all begin going their separate ways, but Trunks notices that Pan is still staring up at where Goku left. Trunks reassures her that the Dragon Balls will one day return and that they need to first help ensure that their strength is enough to protect the Earth and the universe on its own. As they leave, Pan notices Goku's clothes on the floor, picking them up. Vegeta, from outside of her point of view, tells her to hold on to that last piece of Goku dearly, as if to suggest that Goku was a very important person worthy of fondly remembering, even for Vegeta. With that, Goku falls asleep on the back of Shenron as the
and then they
Dragon Balls
go.
disappear into the tired Saiyan's body. The scene fades to black as we cut to the next scene, the World Martial Arts Championship.
Oh yeah,
Junior
years
Finals
later.
match in the distant future. A new spiffy young announcer begins introducing a fighter
With a
by
really
the name
young
of Son
Vegeta and Goku,
It's revealed
innit?
This young boy is a distant descendant of the Son
Yes.
Goku we're all familiar with, who, along with Mr. Satan, now has a statue commemorating him at the World Martial Arts Tournament
Yes,
Finals.
I remember
Han
this.
is seemingly at this point the last remaining character we all know alive. Now a doting grandmother of the young Son Goku, looking on from the sidelines as her grandson takes the stage
That's
wearing
so
the
good.
same
They
tattered
did it
clothes
right
Grandpa left
with
behind
this.
many years ago. As a cute turn of events,
Vegeta.
Goku Jr.'s opponent happens to be an ancestor of Vegeta, bearing a striking resemblance.
Yes.
The two begin clashing in dramatic fashion, assuming even Super Saiyan, when Pan notices something in the corner of her eye.
He's watching. And he's gone.
What follows this is honestly an intensely nostalgic look back at the journey we have all shared with Goku through the series as he walked
This
up the
was
martial
nice. I
arts
remember
tournament
watching
world.
this and be like,
The final
damn.
lines of the story being goofy, cheerful, and gentle. That's the Son Goku we all loved. This is where the story of Dragon Ball ends. What an outrageously appropriate, touching, and utterly beautiful way.
The ending was great.
And what is to millions
Yeah.
and millions of young people and old throughout the world their childhood, their inspiration, and even at times, their friend. And if this arc was simply just this episode, I'd have nothing but fantastic things to say.
But it's terrible.
Let's talk about this arc as a whole before I end on a positive note. I really wanted to make this arc 2 separate videos, as talking about the ending and the arc, to me at least, feel like two
different things. Yeah, I get that.
So
yeah, I totally get that.
one before the other in this video. The arc as a whole had what is, to me, and probably to most people who took the time to watch it, a very interesting and fitting premise for a story within the Dragon Ball
which was
mythos.
poorly
There is
executed.
absolutely an over-reliance on the Dragon Balls, and to convince your audience that there are consequences for that over-reliance isn't a tough sell.
It's a good idea,
Execution
but it
felt incredibly formulaic at the best of times and incredibly boring at others for me. A worry that I had from the start was that with the premise as it was, an evil dragon emerging forth from individual Dragon Ball, I feared that it would just turn into a monster of the week type format, and it pretty much did,
yeah.
at least for a while. 5 episodes
First few.
covered the exact same formula. Show up in a town, Gil alerts them to a nearby Dragon Ball. Pan hits Gil for no reason. They find the dragon that's causing trouble to the city, village, or town, and they defeat it, and then the town is better.
And then it's saved,
5
yay!
episodes in a row followed this very predictable, boring, tired format, and it really hurt the show for me. Additionally, with a premise and villains as easily justifiable as these, the dragons are given no motivation at all.
No.
They are just evil because. They have no reason
We're
to be
here and we
evil,
must
they
fight.
just
Blah.
I don't really like that. They don't have an underlying motivation at all. They refer to themselves as evil, which to me just isn't
evil, yeah.
The villain for this story really felt lifeless for me. Like he had no personality and was a cookie-cutter, by-the-books Dragon Ball villain.
Oh,
Simply there to
Bojack.
facilitate big moments for the heroes to rise to, unlike characters like Vegeta and Frieza, who improved the battles simply by being who they were. Additionally, his design really didn't do anything for me. I know this is a subjective thing.
I like it.
It really just felt more Digimon than Dragon Ball, if that makes sense. And finally, Pan. I admire Dragon Ball GT for wanting to, and in many cases successfully achieving, a believable and interesting new character in Pan.
She was just
they
annoying.
Never, and I mean never, give her anything worthwhile to do except cause problems for Goku and Trunks.
Yeah, I'm weak. Throw me
this
around.
arc,
Defend me.
Why is Pan still tagging along? Surely Gohan, her father, who was eager to help, would have an
be doing
issue
that,
with his daughter putting her life at risk like this. And not only that, she causes a problem for Goku in literally every single episode. Why is he cool with her being
Why is he alright with it? Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of Pat as a character, but a character needs a reason to be present. And she really doesn't. She has a motivation to be there, sure, but not a reason or excuse to be there. But that brings us to the ending, which, on its own, is the single most fitting and tear-jerking ending I've ever seen. One that I've seen a great number of times prior to my watch-through of this, but one that also never fails to bring a tear to my eye. Perfectly encapsulating what I love about Dragon Ball and Goku in a few simple snapshots at the end. It's a beautiful way to end the series.
It was nice.
And one I had never, ever forgotten. And probably never will. But now I have a question for you guys. Next week, I have my final thoughts video on the entire Dragon Ball GT series as a whole. But after that, I have an idea. Over the last year, I've covered the entire catalog of Dragon Ball movies, and now I have watched Dragon Ball GT. I was thinking that since Dragon Ball Super's 2-year anniversary is right around the corner, I would cover each arc of that show the same way I did this one, seeing as I've never done that with Super before, and at the end, I'll make a video talking about which series I thought was better and why. Dragon Ball GT versus Dragon Ball Super. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. But that was it this week. As always, I've been Totally Not Mark, and thank you so much for watching.
I am totally down for that. That was boss. Now, important thing I want to put out here is that there's probably going to be a break in videos from me for a little bit, because I'm trying to remember whether it's today, the day that this goes up, or the day after. It's my mum's funeral, and that's going to be a very emotional time for me, and I feel like I'm going to need like a little bit of a break from doing this. Doing this has been a really good like distraction from real things and work as well, and things. But I feel like once I get to my mum's funeral, I'm gonna be a bit of a emotional individual. So yeah, I felt like I was really enjoying reacting to these GT reviews, and I just wanted to get this out there. And yeah, that was good. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you understand if there is a break on the videos. I'm going to try, if I feel like I'm up to it. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to get into it, but I don't know what I'm going to be like. So, thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe already, comment down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys, yes, all you guys, next time.